Color's horrible. Whoa! You got it. You have to have a straw, don't you?
I do have to have a straw. Guys, what is happening? Sketchy Live.
Sketchy Live. Is the shot okay? Wow. We're super low tech tonight.
Yeah.
A
little bit behind.
A lot of stuff happened this evening. We couldn't get set up like we normally do, so we've gone old school. You'll see shadows on our face because look, you can't even see my eyes.
Can't see mine either.
Yeah. So it's all old school tonight. We introed with the old intro stuff.
The video.
We're going back, way back.
Which works out good because we're going to be talking about some old timey things.
Old timey, I love that. Hey, by the way, this is a Sketchy Live. I am Johnny Jalopy, and with me, as always, my beautiful, lovely wife, ity-B.
You almost forgot.
No, I was looking for something else.
Oh.
I didn't forget you. How can I forget you?
Season 5, episode 17.
Yeah.
Today on May 16th, 2022. Thank you for joining us, guys. I'm sure you're tuning in because you want to watch Johnny draw this amazing vehicle tonight. What is it that you're drawing?
We are doing the Ed Ross Outlaw cartoon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Which you grew up looking at. And
did I?
Didn't you?
Already assuming.
You said that he was an inspiration for you when you were a young man.
I didn't know who he was when I was a young man.
You didn't?
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I left my cheat sheet. Good.
Oh my goodness.
Talk amongst yourself.
Guys.
We're really off the rails. I wanted to make sure I had all my information.
Oh, you have some background info?
Yeah, I got some information off a
great. I'm supposed to read, or
if you want.
Oh, well, while you're drawing,
you can. There's
give
information.
me some talking points.
I'm worried that you're gonna skip around and read verbatim, and it's gonna sound all news. This just in.
It might be.
Anyways, Custom Rama had a really great write up on the Outlaw, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. I guess you could do that. You could share some stuff as we talk about it. Fantastic. Ed Ross' first fiberglass vehicle. So he never, before this vehicle, had never played with fiberglass. In fact, fiberglass as a technology was super brand new.
What was it, all metal before that?
Yeah, there was no fiberglass.
Oh, okay.
So Ed was like, "Oh, okay," and he had seen guys surfing and kind of were using like I think it was like what they would use for marine type applications for like boats repairing stuff. Yeah, and the surfers were starting to cover their wooden boards with it.
And he was like,
you kind of, So they went home and he was going to like make a buck and all this other stuff, and a buck like a shape of a car. Because he had this idea in his head. He'd already airbrushed on some sweatshirts and stuff.
Cool.
And so then he was like, it's not really working. So he went and got like plaster of Paris and just started making plaster molds. And then he laid the fiberglass on top of that and then made 2 bodies. The one that got used for the Outlaw, and another one he gave away to a guy down the street, and then he wanted to sell them.
Yeah, this one says it says it was his first experience with fiberglass. It started out as a monster drawing on the back of a weirdo sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
He first got the idea for fiberglass car after seeing the photo of Henry Ford.
Yes.
Swinging a sledgehammer on the deck lid of a 1941 Ford.
Which he thought, that's kind of cool. It's super durable. So I wonder if I could use that to build cars with. And there we go.
It says here, according to the photo caption, it said that it wouldn't dent.
Right.
I guess that's changed over the years. It blew Roth away.
Fiberglass doesn't dent.
Oh, it doesn't?
It breaks.
Oh, it cracks.
Yeah.
He made a mental note of this new material, and later on he was introduced to the mysterious material at the Huntington Beach Pier.
Yeah.
Where this is the surfboard. Okay.
So you're reading verbatim.
The year was 1957. Ed was intrigued, and within days he was busy experimenting with fiberglass on his own in his new shop. So
yeah,
that's how far back that stems.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. And then a lot of guys after him started really kind of getting into building stuff with fiberglass. It's such a, I mean, you can shape it into all kinds of different stuff. That's the beauty of it. And then it when it dries, it's super strong. It just,
Have you worked with it?
Yeah, that's.
Is that what Ian uses? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you've actually done.
Yeah, that's the current project we were working on is heavily fiberglassed.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool.
So you did a little bit of a pre-sketch earlier today.
Yes, I did. So we're gonna do a tune of the, and of course we got Ed Roth is going to be inside the cab, holding his vintage family's sword that is supposedly from the Civil War, and he ends up cutting the end of it off and makes a shifter in this car with it.
Oh, how fun!
But there's a photograph of him in the body mold, where there's no engine or anything like that.
Right.
And he's sitting inside of it holding this sword up in the air. And I just thought, how cool would it be if we do the finished product, but also Ed with the sword. So nod to that photo as well.
Fun. Yeah. Let me tell you who's joining us tonight. We've got Paul Marziani.
Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Welcome.
Thanks for stopping in.
Mike Ferrucci says, evening, sketchy people. He's in Homosassa, I'm guessing, tonight.
Homosassa. It's not Homosassa? It's not Sassa?
Homosassa.
Sassa?
Sassa.
It's not it's Sassa?
Homosassa.
Homosassa. Anyway.
I don't know. Lizzie Daughtry said, hello, you two. We lost our mommy cat today. Aw.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry to hear that. That's tough.
Losing yes, it is. Yes.
Super tough, as we know.
We will be in as soon as you're done here.
Yeah. Mama Wood is joining us.
Hey, Mom.
Mama and Tim in the house.
Crazy day after work, Mom. I didn't get a chance to call you, but I will be calling you tomorrow.
I didn't call my dad either. Our Monday nights is usually speaking
to
parental units.
parental units.
Checking in.
But if you could, based on how we look right now, where we didn't get the time to do any of the setup, hopefully you can understand because priority that is.
James Olson's tuning in. Jim O present and accounted for.
What up, James?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Quite a ways away.
Yeah.
We've got Lou Linda Jr.
Lewis.
Hello from Ben Salem, Pennsylvania.
It's not Salem.
Ben Salem.
Salem.
What did I say? Ben Salem.
You said Solemn.
Ben Salem.
It's not Salem.
What is wrong with me? I've literally had one sip of this.
No, that's your accent. It's weird.
Mojito.
Yeah, we're stepping it up tonight.
Because we didn't have time to open a bottle of wine.
That's when you really know.
Just grab it out of the fridge.
That's when you really know we're in trouble. We're in the weeds.
Right. Lizzie is, as always, every Monday night, letting us know where we can find her. Elizabeth Handmade Jewelry on Facebook, and she has a YouTube.
Yeah, we have some solutions to that coming in the future.
We do.
It's gonna be cool.
Bob McLaren is joining us. Hi, all from the 51st state, which we will be in a matter of weeks. I'm excited to go visit my family. The McCoys are joining us. Brian and Lisa McCoy. Good evening to everyone.
Kuyan Customs
at Kuyan Customs.
Kuyan.
Now, I never asked. Is Kuyan Is it a word that they made up, or is it a real word? What does it mean?
Kuyan.
What is the meaning behind it? If you
Kuyan. It's probably might be a little French.
Well, it might be one of the because they have different words up there that they say.
They have different words up there.
Yeah. They're
you said the Rachel.
Yeah. They're
Cajun
accent stuff in words, Cajun words. Jim Pollen is joining us. Hello, everyone, from Hobo's Hot Rod Garage. I'm telling you, this guy has been busy.
I've seen
a lot of collaborations. Well, I don't even know if it's collaboration. He's been doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people.
That's great.
Horseheads, New York. I just speed rolled a ratfink this evening. Really looking forward to tonight's sketch.
Awesome.
Fantastic. So this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
James Olchin said it's all good.
Again, we're doing a tune, so this is not going to be we're not going for a full, super perfect, lifelike rendering. We're doing a tune.
Having fun with it. It's what we do here.
Of the Outlaw.
Sketchy.
Great car, super fun little vehicle. Started its life, I believe, as a 29 Model A and a 25 Model T.
Yes, that's what it says.
I studied my parameters.
It was a cross member. A 1950 Cadillac engine that Ed found on a junkyard was installed between the frame rails. It says that he had trouble finding somebody to help him build the fiberglass body. So
he knew nothing about fiberglass because nobody knew anything about fiberglass. Right.
So
who was he going to ask?
Ghostbusters.
So basically, he just basically went for it. And there's that's thinking of that. So there's the true testament to who Ed Roth is. Here's a guy who goes, I'm doing art and it's such an inspiration, and says, I'm going to build a car. And I'm going to build it out of this material that nobody knows anything about, including myself. I'm just going to figure it out. I'm just going to figure it out.
I know a lot of people who have that same mentality about things. You are one of those people. You're very crafty when it comes to figuring out a solution for things. He's very MacGyver-like in ways. And I feel like Ian as well also has that same.
That dude's got
absolutely
skills.
That mindset of, you know what, this is what I need. This is what I have. I'm making it work. And it sounds like that's what Ed did here.
For sure. Something out of nothing. Pretty cool.
It says, according to the book Hot Rods by Ed Big Daddy Roth, a pair of pants lasted about a day when Ed was working with the fiberglass. And I remember when you came back from Ian, so that must have been what it was the fiberglass.
Oh, my shirt, they're jacked. Yeah.
Covered.
Well, that and desert sands.
Yeah. Oh, funny. So I guess that stuff sticks with you.
It sure does. It's very memorable.
His shoes lasted about 4 days before he had to throw a coat of black paint on them. That's so funny.
I remember those guys, they weren't wearing sneakers. Ed was probably wearing dress shoes, I bet.
Maybe boots.
There's loafers, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet loafers.
He looked like a loafer kind of guy.
Yeah, well, most of his pictures, he was kind of
like no socks and loafers.
For sure.
Yeah. How funny.
Where you really get the good essence of old Big Daddy.
Right? Literally, the essence. Howard Pierpont is joining us. 78 degrees and sunny in Greeley, Colorado. What is it, summer there? Jeez. Oh my goodness, that's a warm day in Greeley.
Yeah.
Well, we are in the month of May. It should be summer.
Is it the merry month of May?
Maddie Bunce, hello everyone. 52 degrees and dropping quickly in Banner Elk, North Carolina.
Huh.
Matt, what are you doing up there?
Matavius Buntus.
He's on a little trip.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks for the invite.
Mike Fergie said it's a beautiful 74 here in Homosassa, Florida.
Homosassa. Sassa.
Mike, how do you say it?
Homosassa.
Or Homosassa?
Homosassa.
Robert Spear is joining us. This just in. Rob is here.
Homosassa.
Rob, we're going to be in your neck of the woods.
Rob, are you from Homosassa?
Couple weeks.
Are you from Homosassa?
James Texan Scott checking in from Richmond, Virginia. I would have assumed you would have been checking in from Texas, but nonetheless, Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Which I have visited. I was there last year.
I've had some training there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Many times back in my electronics days.
Back in the day. Mike Frucci wants to know, have you seen the show Tales of the Ratfink?
Yes, love it. Love it.
I'm pretty sure he's seen everything having to do
Own it.
with Ratfink.
Own it. Love it.
Do you?
Own it. Yeah, my mom got it
DVDs?
for my Christmas, and I've watched it a million times on.
Clearly, I did not watch with.
No.
Cam McNulty is
Hello, me do.
Ray Haas says, "Are you still looking for sheet metal? I have door skin."
Oh.
Ooh.
Might want to see a doctor to get rid of it.
Is it in a pit, and you are lowering down a basket of lotion?
Is it I have some door skin.
Did you mean dry skin? Ray, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Reach out to Johnny.
We'll talk. We'll talk about it.
He's got some stuff.
I got some gear for you.
He needs to do.
You're gonna got some gear for him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Michael Allen's joining us. Hi, guys. Welcome, sir. Matt Lane York is joining us. Hi,
what is
guys.
up from the custom couple?
Welcome.
What's going on? Aren't you traveling right now?
And you didn't wear the shirt this week.
I know.
You got the shirt on last week.
Yeah, I'm wearing my tribute to the dude.
Yes.
That we lost this week and last week. So to my buddy the dude.
Somber times in the desert right now.
Yeah, well, they got some cute puppies out there, and my heart goes out to my friend, my brother. It's a tough deal for him, but of course, Jamie's got super close to the dude as well.
Yeah.
So
tight-knit family.
Our heart and thoughts are with Ian and the family, and the other pooches. Lil looked a little lost.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Those couches, though.
Oh, they're
super nice.
Yeah, they those are
pretty cool looking.
They have gone on point with their.
Talk about a pop of color. Those are gonna look nice on the front porch.
Out there doing their porch stuff for sure.
John Devers is joining us. Hello, everybody from Minnesota.
What is going on, Soda?
He says, "Love the Roth." Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I think there are. I bet you there are somebody who probably doesn't think probably thought he's a hack, and the haters are gonna hate.
Hank said Johnny's mic is louder than Itty's.
Again? Get this closer to you then.
I don't understand how. Because are you that loud?
I am louder, and you're over there.
I was under the impression I was pretty loud.
You're not loud enough.
Can you hear me now? Mike Fergie said, Ray Haas, did you used to have an old fastback Barracuda? Oh.
I believe he did.
Interesting. Matt York said, Sammy Ray, like gamma rays, atomic. The McCoy said, Couillon is French for crazy.
I told you it was French.
That's awesome. I love it.
You thought I didn't know French.
I didn't think anything of you knowing French.
You thought.
I know you know some French.
Uh-huh.
The French kiss.
The language of law.
Tickler.
Oh, jeez.
Julie Anderson is joining us. Hi, guys. Welcome, Jules. Joe Lombardo, heyo from Jersey. Double duty tonight watching Ian and you.
Oh, yes. Full custom garage is on right now, so I don't blame you if you leave. But don't. Please.
Mike Ferrucci said it's Homo Sassa.
Sassa, like I said.
Homo
Sassa.
Sassa.
Homo Sassa.
What I say?
Homo Sassa.
What did I say?
Homo Sassa.
Robert Spears said, I'll be in the 51st state when you are there. Maybe we can meet up. I won't be offended if not. It is going to be a tight trip because we only have a few days. But
yeah.
We will see. And we really don't know if we have transportation yet. I don't know if I'm going to have a vehicle, but we will see. Matt said, love Tales of the Ratfink.
Love that. Yeah, that movie is great.
Russ Randall's joining us. Hi, everyone from Great Bend, New York. 54 degrees up there, he says.
And I think John Goodman did a great job as the voice of Ed Roth, too.
So it's still chilly in New York. 54 degrees is not warm.
No, that is not warm.
Mike Frucci said it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. Ray said he still has that Barracuda.
No kidding.
Robert Frost is joining us. Hello from Indiana. Welcome, sir. We've got our regulars on tonight. So happy to see all of you. Glad you're joining us again. Let's see. The first body, Ed claimed that he only made 2 bodies. The first body was sold to some unsuspecting dudes down the street, while the other one was used on the Outlaw. So
right.
I guess the better one he probably kept for himself.
Right.
He only made 1 grill shell, though.
Yeah. So the front end. So when he would sell the bodies afterwards, he sold like 14 of them or something like that. He wouldn't sell a front end. He was basically, hey, create your own.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
He advertised the Outlaw body for sale at $229.
Can you imagine?
Came with a firewall and instrument panel primed for finish painting. So it was almost like a do-it-yourself kit.
Yeah.
How fun. Came without the nose piece, so that was up to the builder to create, like you said. How interesting. So it says that he only had a few tools when he built the Outlaw. He wired all the stuff he wanted, welded together with baling wire before he trailered the car down the street to Clarence Bell at the local trailer shop. Trailer. Clarence welded the stuff together before Ed brought it back to the shop for final prep work.
And so here's Ed Roth in his shop and really didn't have much in the way of tools.
So he brought it to somebody else.
And he's like, hey, can you weld this up?
Collaboration, right?
For sure.
Well, it's cool that they named the guy, too, because I want to make sure he's in on this. And then it's talking about chroming, and it said the chrome budget went out of proportions during the build. He had to sell little jewel to pay for the chrome on the Outlaw. So super, super chromed out, which I'm sure you'll be representing here.
We're sure going to try.
And it says it was 4 Stromberg 97s mounted on a Kreger manifold. The engine was also dressed up with Cal Custom fin valve covers and a chromed oil pan. Boy, they really chromed it out, huh?
Yeah, that was really the deal of the day, was to chrome everything. The more chrome
the
pieces,
less fiberglass.
Well, the more chrome pieces on the car, the more points you get in the show.
Is that what they were basing it on?
Yeah, it was all. This is a show car for points.
That's true. Yeah. It said that the running gear, except for the Model A rear cross spring, came from a 1948 Ford.
Yeah, I think the steering and all that stuff was off of a 40s Ford as well.
So this was a Frankenstein car.
Yeah.
Really? How crazy. Windshield frame came from a 1922 Dodge.
Yeah, so it's not. You would think it was a T-bucket windshield piece, and it wasn't.
Blue tinted safety glass was installed in the old Dodge frame. Did he do a lot of blue glass?
No, he just that was
that one?
So the touch of tinting the glass to change the look of the car versus just having clear.
Right.
Like
he used blue.
Right.
Huh.
Like mine,
yellow.
We do yellow.
Right. Tail lights from a 58 Chevy Bel Air were fit with 56 Chevy lenses before Ed installed them on the body. Quad headlights from a 59 Rambler. So this is just telling me he had all of these other cars around.
You would go to the wrecking yard back then.
And just grab
it
parts.
wasn't like it was today where you had to there was only certain cars got, it was, that was the thing. You'd go to the wrecking yard, you'd find a car, you pull pieces off of different cars, and whatever was available, you'd use it. I mean, thinking about the headlights off of a Rambler, there's not much other cool stuff. I mean, the Ramblers aren't cool. We've seen some cool Ramblers, but I mean, you wouldn't think about all the headlight choices.
That would be what you do.
It was probably something that those were the best ones that had the best chrome bezels and had the best lights that were of the ones he was looking at. Yeah. He's like, oh, those will work. The sizes were probably just right because they weren't overly too big.
I don't remember what car I had at the time, but I used to go. I went 3 times to a local, right around here, junkyard. to find car parts. And I forget the car that it was for. I think it was the one I had before.
Your Saturn?
The Saturn. Well, I think it was before the Saturn. And I don't remember even what pieces I was looking for. But I go up to the front desk, and this guy he basically had an index of every car that they had in there.
Yeah.
Every piece that was still available, because obviously people had gone in and gotten parts already. And I was like, oh, this will be easy. I can just kind of shop for what I want. And lo and behold, he found whatever part I needed. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, 15th row, 4th car in, go ahead.
Right.
And I'm like, go ahead, what? He's like, oh, did you bring tools? I'm like, what for?
I thought
and he said,
it's a pick apart.
Yeah. I thought it was just going to be like parts laying there.
No.
And he's like, no, you have to remove the part and take it out yourself and then still pay them what they want. And I'm like, well, I clearly don't. I mean, I'm literally there by myself. I mean, I probably had, maybe a screwdriver in there. I don't even know what I had in my car.
Oh, I'm sure you had at least
probably nothing.
A shitty hammer.
Yeah.
The way you love hammers.
No, I would have used my meat mallet.
Right, yeah.
That was my
or a
hammer
butter
for
knife
years.
of some
Before
sort.
I met you, that was my hammer. But I was like, I was like, well, this isn't going to work. And I remember I had to find somebody then to go with me and figure it all out, because I clearly didn't know what the heck I was doing. But I was like, man, what a racket.
You probably thought, this is a ripoff.
It is. Well, because I was like, how does one who doesn't know how to do it, but I guess the people that normally go to those places would probably know how to remove.
That's why they're there.
Or whatever.
That's why they're there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because they're like, I can save a couple bucks by picking the part myself.
Yeah.
Versus going to a parts place.
I know. And that was my mistake, thinking I could save money. This is why I now have new cars, so I don't have to deal with it.
Oh, this is why?
This is why. Mike Frucci said, Ray Haas, right on. Then I believe I know you. Oh. How funny.
Cool.
Draco said, still 79 degrees in Georgia tonight. Nice. Joe Lombardo said, are you permitted to do a tribute tee to the dude? Just lost my oldest Easter week. She was 17. Her little sister is lost too. I don't know if it's necessarily something that he would have to have permission to do.
I don't. They already have.
They already did.
They did tease back in the deal, and if that's something that Ian would want to do, then that's. I mean,
he could reach out now. So.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Michael Williams said most of the custom cars were a compilation of multiple car parts. There weren't 3D printers back then.
No.
Are people using 3D printers for cars?
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
What material are they printing with?
Look, the same stuff your car's made out of mostly is plastic.
Really?
Yeah. Or they'll print them and then they'll make metal molds from that. They're now printing 3-dimensional in metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Nuts, guys. Nuts with this world.
Man, I feel like I got Caballero neck. Oh.
What?
Steve Caballero neck, where my neck is just like at an angle all the time.
Why?
I don't know. You hurt his neck.
Does everyone know that? Because you made it sound like it's something he's known for.
He is known for it.
Had you said, who was the guy who did, oh God, what was his name? You don't remember?
Your story.
What was the guy? He had the big glasses.
George Burns?
Yes. He was kind of all hunchy. Frank Capello.
Hunchy. I didn't say I was hunchy. I just said my neck hurt.
Frank Capello said, hey, Johnny and Itty, just got home. How's it going?
Good.
Welcome,
how are
sir.
you?
I think Frank is joining us from, is it the Clearwater area? I don't know where he lives. I met him in Largo. That's what I know. I met him in Largo. Let me go back to what we were talking about here. So it said, inside, Ed installed a 58 Chevy Impala steering wheel. These are just weird parts of different things. And 7 Stewart Warner gauges. The Outlaw, originally named the Excalibur, made its debut at Disneyland Car Club and Autocade in September 5th of 1959. The Excalibur, so this is what you were talking about as far as the sword. It came from a sword Ed used as a gear shifter in the car, which I'm sure you'll be representing. If you haven't already, I haven't been following your drawing because I've been reading. Oh, Frank said he's from Land O'Lakes. Oh, okay. I didn't know where you lived. Well, thanks for tuning in. Local Land O'Lakes as well.
Land of Lakes.
The version featured chromed Mercury wheels, of course, the chrome again, on all four corners. Bullet caps, which I happen to know because we purchased bullet caps.
We did purchase bullet caps
for Raquel. That was one of our Webster, Florida pickings when we went to the swap meet. Wide whites. I know what those are because we also purchased wide whites and also made our own wide whites for our 51 Chevy. And a tonneau cover, which I didn't know what that was called until you were looking for one for the Jeep. I didn't realize that was what it's called. So they have those over the missing interior, he said. The Outlaw was originally fit with a gull wing top made of naga hide. That's an animal skin of some sort.
Naga.
Right? A naga. Is that the animal it's from? I've never heard of a naga.
Yeah, it's a naga. You never
the
seen
hide of a naga?
You never seen a naga?
No.
Oh, they roam out in the forest. It's a four-legged animal. It's a naga. They're mostly in the north. Naga North. There's not many southern nagas. Why don't you believe me?
And aluminum over a wooden frame. So naga hide and aluminum. And naga hide, I think, was used on, is it the Carson tops? Is that naga hide?
They would use naga hide, yeah.
Look at me.
The problem was that the naga was hard to hunt. They were
was used by Indian tribes as well.
Yeah. They were from the Naga tribe. The Naga tribe.
The Naga hide.
Well, they were known for hiding, so they were the Naga hides.
Canning hardware provided the aluminum for the gulling top. Later in the 1960s, while trailering the car through Kansas, the top blew off. Ed never cared to turn around and look for the top as he knew it would have been destroyed anyway. So somebody probably picked that up.
Maybe.
And they're like, what? Now they're reading the article all these years later. That's what it was.
They're like, this is pure Naga.
Naga. The sensational Outlaw landed the cover of Carcraft January 1960, still featuring a tonneau cover over the interior and Mercury steel wheels.
Yeah, if you landed the Carcraft deal, that was a big deal.
By July of 1960, so just a few months later, he was selling 8x10 glossies of the Outlaw in Carcraft magazine.
Yep.
By then, the front wheels had been replaced by spindle-mounted wire wheels. So which wheels are you doing then? The original?
The spindles.
Okay. With the build completed, Ed took trophy after trophy with the car. He even claimed that it became unfair for him to compete with the car. So after he got aced out at the 1960 Oakland Roadster Show for using new nylon lock nuts and not having cotter keys in the ball joints, he quit competing with the car. So they passed him up due to a technicality.
Basically, he was winning trophy after trophy, and people got sick of him winning. So they probably changed the rules to where he
no longer
couldn't win.
He said he figured that his stuff was so wacky that he couldn't be judged anyway, so he traded for a t-shirt booth or went for appearance money instead. Good call. I don't know. I've seen we've kind of experienced this with Raquel when we went.
We haven't ever experienced what he's experienced.
No, not that same thing. But I'm talking about where a car that you wouldn't think. Shut up and let me tell my story.
I'll tell your story.
We used to take the 51 Chevy, rusted, not painted perfectly, and not finished perfectly, and park next to these pristine cars. I mean, these cars were gorgeous, beautiful. And we would win. We came home with several awards in different categories.
Of course, because it was cool.
It was a cool car.
And it was interesting, and it was not. There wasn't a lot of
right.
those
And
kind.
I'm sure his car was cool and interesting, which
of course it was cool.
Which is why he kept winning. So, did we back out of competitions because we want to give other people
strictly because we the endorsement money and
right
paid appearances?
Yeah, which we didn't have.
Yeah, because nobody in my town.
But I get
because people in my town still don't know who the hell I am.
I get it though. If I was somebody who put that much time and effort into my car, and then some rat rod parked next to me and they were winning all the awards,
you'd be a sore loser.
I wouldn't be a sore loser. But
sounds like a sore loser to me.
I'd probably be like, "What the heck? I'm doing all this stuff."
It sounds like a sore loser to me.
That's why I believe there have to be different categories.
There's different categories.
Well, maybe there wasn't.
There's a category strictly for sore losers.
Did he get a crazy category? I don't know.
No. He started a whole new category.
He said that he had bought a 1940 Chevy that he could use to trailer the Outlaw around. He bought the car from Dick Cook. Dick had installed an Oldsmobile tri-tower in the car, and according to Ed, it was the perfect tow car.
Yeah.
So he had two
cool cars.
The trailer was a Keep It Simple model by Ron Aguirre's dad, Louis.
All right, you're
Aguirre.
starting to now just read the whole thing. You're good. You're just reading.
I'm learning. Maybe people want to know.
Okay, keep going then.
Oh my God! Don't shut it down. One day.
That's what I was saying. I didn't want to give it to you because you were just going to read it. I don't want you to read it.
I'm reading it with enthusiasm, and it makes it interesting because maybe people want to know the history of the car,
right.
and maybe they're not.
Are you showing the drawing at all? Are you
Yes.
moving the cameras around?
The drawing
are you
right
doing your
next to me
job like you're supposed to?
The drawing is right next to me.
Okay, just making sure you're doing what you're supposed to. Because remember, I'm not watching that.
Mike Ferrucci said, kind of like Corinthian leather.
Right.
It's the formaldehyde.
The formaldehyde.
What is it called?
Naugahyde.
What's
formaldehyde? Well, the Corinthian leather is a harder animal. The Corinthians, they're
was it first or second?
Yeah, they're a tough group to catch. They were a
tough crowd. Yeah. What's formaldehyde?
There's no.
It's Naugahyde. What's formaldehyde?
There is no formaldehyde. It's formaldehyde.
What is it though?
That's what they put in dead bodies.
Oh, the bodies. Yes. That's right.
Formaldehyde. You're like taking two words and making one word. The old formaldehyde.
Oh my gosh. Draco said the Naga has a rubbery skin. It's really durable.
Right.
And that's probably why they use it. So it stems back to ancient man having to use the land.
Well, the Nagas were originally from prehistoric times.
Michael Williams said, was an ad in the magazines that stated that the Naga was a very ugly animal, but its hide is beautiful.
Yes. Very beautiful.
Is there a Naga? There's no such. I'm going to look it up.
You can hunt Naga. You can hunt snipes.
What is Naga?
You ever been snipe hunting?
Oh, this is not bringing up. Hold on.
Why are you looking at porn?
It says a member of a group of people living in or near the Naga Hills of Burma in northeastern India. So it was the hide of these people?
Yes.
This is Naga. This is not Naga.
Right, it's not Nuaga.
Naga.
You're going to have to kick up your accent a little bit more.
I'm typing in what is Naga.
Naga and tell you.
The Naga is a fictional creature. It was an advertising gimmick created to help Uniroyal Engineered Products promote their soft vinyl coated fabric that feels like leather but is more durable. So it's fake, like I said.
What do you mean? How do you know that ad's real?
And it's actually an artificial leather. It says it's an American brand of artificial leather.
Yeah, it's Naga. Naga going to tell you the truth.
It's a composite knit fabric backing and expanded polyvinyl chloride plastic coating.
Oh, love when a polyvinyl chloride gets involved.
There's a lot of stuff in there. I don't know who was making that.
It's a Naga. It's electric.
So here's what's exciting. Here's what's exciting.
Go ahead.
Here's what's exciting. It says here, one day Revel Model Company called Ed and
Yes.
asked if they can make him sell a model kit.
Here's where it really gets crazy.
Number one, how did they get his number? Like, why are people not calling Ian and saying, "Hey, we want to make your cars into"?
Keep reading, you'll find out.
Oh, now you want me to read it? Now he wants me to read it.
Because you got to the interesting stuff. Dave Smith down the street, who was a plumber, used to do Ed's toilets.
You know, Dick Cook is not getting any airtime right now. I will guarantee you. So the fact that we mentioned his name on Sketchy Live,
right?
Somebody can tag him.
Yeah, Dick Cook is probably really
if he's still alive. Do you
really
think he might be?
Probably not.
Who knows? Anyone in the Cook family, thank you for your contribution
to the art and the.
Yeah. When Rebel started making the model kit, Henry Blankford called Ed into his office and told him that his name needed a boost for the kits. Ed agreed and told Henry that he had always been called Big Ed at Bell High, which is where he went to high school.
He did go to Bell High.
Rebel suggested he should go with the Dutch movement and call himself something like Spider or Roach, but that didn't appeal to him. So this is when he has the name then, I guess. So this is like at the beginning. At about the same time, there was a hippie movement in LA where guys let their beards grow and recite poetry at these coffee houses. The head stud muffins for these places were dubbed Big Daddy. Henry decided to replace Big Ed with Big Daddy. Ed figured that since he had 5 kids at home and since he was big, the name fit good.
That's right.
He agreed on the name and both parts were happy. The kit was designed by Jim Keeler. Again, thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Who did the design work on several other Roth model kits later. But the fact that they just reached out and called him and said...
That probably, Jenna was 6442.
What?
That's how phone numbers were back then.
But there wasn't social media. So, I mean, he literally was just getting this car out in public, and it was word of mouth that got back to this company.
And he made it into some big magazines, so that helped.
Yeah, in 1961, he made a deal to bring the Outlaw back to a bunch of shows. While he was on that circuit, he made a deal to sell the car. So he sold it to Bob Larrabee. And he told him at the end of the tour that year he would like to buy the Outlaw. Ed agreed, and Bob paid him $3,250 for the Outlaw, $3,250. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
Is this car still displayed anywhere? Like, do we know?
I think the original is still a collector has it, and then there's been a bunch of tribute cars as well.
Okay, well, at least the original is still intact. Ed saw the deal as an opportunity to fund another build, of course, because that's what builders do.
Mm-hmm.
He had already started on his next car, the Beatnik Bandit, which we see.
Which is the supreme of all supremes.
I think your hands down favorite car.
It is absolutely my hands down favorite car of all time.
When the Beatnik Bandit was finished, he already wanted to build the Mysterion, which is another favorite of your car. So he ended up selling the Beatnik Bandit as well to Bob. So this guy has 2 of these Roth cars now. Both cars were big hits, and Bob toured Ed's cars for a while, which is cool. So, you know, the hope is that, and I would imagine, you know, Ian, I know you have the same feeling with the cars that you collaborated on. You want them to be out and seen like at shows.
Absolutely. Like right now,
visible.
The 3FV is out. The guy that just bought it from the person that bought it from Ian has been driving and taking it to shows every weekend.
Oh, fun.
And it's getting seen, and it is the best. It's so cool that I'm so happy that car is getting seen. You know, whether anybody knows my affiliation with the car, but it's still exciting.
It is
to know that it's out there.
Something you helped design is out there.
You know, it's like what I wish would happen to the Space Junkie is that the guy would take it and do shows with it from the instead of having it at the like it just sitting in a hangar scares me.
Yeah, but isn't it visible at the hangar?
It's not like it's a museum. It's this guy's personal. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I thought they were they had it out to be viewed at one of the casinos or something.
Oh, where'd you hear that?
I don't know. Making stuff up.
That doesn't sound like you.
I know.
That's so odd.
So it said Bob was really excited about the twin engine Mysterion. So again, this guy Bob now has the Beatnik Bandit and the Outlaw. So after soul searching, he decided to trade the Outlaw and the Beatnik Bandit back to Ed for the Mysterion. So he wound up back with them. Bob was happy with the deal at the time, but admitted later that the deal was probably the worst deal he ever made.
Yeah, considering what they turned into and how valuable they were because of Roth's name itself, you know.
Yeah. After a rough life in showbiz, being trailered all over the country, the Outlaw was painted in a green metal flake by Dirty Doug.
Yeah.
What color are you doing it? The original?
The original. Okay. Trying to, at least.
In 1970, Ed sold the Outlaw to Jim Brucker for $50. Are you even kidding me? Jim was a collector, and Ed figured that if he would have gotten it, he would have made sure to get it into the right places. Ed was right. The Outlaw was refurbished to its original condition by Harris. It's good. So at least it got back. Let's see. Michael Williams said, I got that. Jason Michael Leas is joining us, checking in from the great state of Long Island. 70 degrees today. Snuggly season officially over. Nice to see you guys. Welcome, Jason.
What's going on?
Michael Williams said you can Google pictures of Nagas from 70s ads. Mike Ferrucci said formaldehyde is also in the new car smell. It acts as a preservative.
Oh, nice.
Joe Lombardo said, I thought it was a man-made material. Apparently it is. Jason LaFever said it is rubber.
Naga.
Draco said, and free cancer. Free cancer.
Oh, yeah, it probably is very toxic.
Yeah. It says here, Rebel had the copyrights for the Outlaw model, while Ed had the copyrights to the Roth name. Copyrights.
Yeah.
That's a huge, big deal.
Yeah.
He also had established proprietary rights on Outlaw. So in the late 1960s, Ed and Rebel had a falling out. Supposedly because of Ed's involvement with the Hells Angels. So the folks at Rebel reissued the Outlaw as Canned Heat in 1973.
Yeah, they just rebodied it and put it as a different model.
Unreal. I don't remember. So Rebel is the model cars.
Yes.
Like the model kits.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking Hot Wheels and Matchbox, but those were actual cars. They didn't do model kits, right?
I mean, that wasn't their thing. No, they were Rebel was strictly plastic models.
And Rebel's still doing those.
Yes.
Yeah, they still have them. Yeah. Fun times. So while you were watching all of your car shows, you're zooming in. Let's zoom in.
See where we're
at. Check the progress here. Look at his arms. That looks great already with his arms. He's headless right now, the headless Ralph man.
Yeah.
Super cool, super cool. So while Johnny finishes that up, you wanted to talk tonight about my history while you were watching these types of shows.
What shows?
Well, you were watching, like you told me, Emergency you watched, and you were watching car shows.
Yep. Shows with cars in them, yep.
Cars in them, like Adam
12.
What were some of your other?
Emergency.
Right.
What else? The Monsters, of course.
I did watch the Monsters. That I watched. But I didn't watch those. And if I ever watched those shows, I didn't watch them for the cars.
Right.
So if we were watching the same thing, we were looking at it differently.
Right.
Like I was watching the Monsters, but I was watching it for the funny value. You were like, oh.
Well, I was watching it for the funny value too. They didn't show the cars a lot.
Yeah. But I was pretty much a sitcom person. Like I told you, in the evenings I'd watch stuff like that with my dad, game shows and sitcoms.
Right.
And then in my own viewing time, it was Tom and Jerry, like cartoons. I would watch a lot of cartoons.
So what age are we talking about now?
Probably 6 to 10.
Okay.
Are you talking like my preteen years.
No, that's as a little kid. Like, what were you watching?
Yeah.
So I mean, I was watching
it was
Chips
cartoons. We
yeah.
didn't really watch TV. I watched Saturday morning cartoons, and that was pretty much it. We might watch a movie on Sunday nights if there was something on, but that was pretty much it. So I don't really have a lot of TV background. As a teen, like I watched soap operas, you know, and I watched Dynasty and Knots Landing and stuff like that, like TV dramas. But
did you ever watch? Like, I was just thinking
I watched nothing creative.
Like, I was just thinking about the other day, like shows like did your dad watch Three Stooges or any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we watched Three Stooges. We watched Hee Haw. We watched Benny Hill.
What about like Abbott and Costello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Pippi Longstocking?
I watched some Pippi.
What happened to her?
I don't know.
Like, those were great shows. Even as a boy, they were good.
Really?
Yeah.
You watched Pippi Longstocking?
She was like, she was kicking ass. I was a Pip fan.
I watched The Little Rascals.
Oh, that was my jam.
Yeah.
Little Rascals. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were good.
Shaggy LeBlanc is joining us. He said, hell yeah, sweet. I guess he's digging it. Julie Anderson said, I didn't watch them for the Cars either. Adam 12. Oh, and she has hearts.
Oh, well, yeah.
Was there a sexy guy on that? I don't know.
They all were. Come on. It was Adam 12.
I watched, what the heck was the name of it? Bruce Willis and...
Moonlighting?
Moonlighting.
That's like teeny times.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I watched. Stuff like that. Nothing for Cars, and really nothing like self-helpish. Nothing creative.
What self-help was there when we were kids?
Like, nothing creative. Like, I did watch Bob Ross. I watched Bob Ross, but I didn't paint along. So that was not really purposeful.
Yeah, but what was I don't even think we were watching that kind of stuff as kids.
Well, you said you were drawing and stuff as a kid. I didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I was drawing stuff as a kid.
I did nothing. What is that?
It's a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh. I was like, what are you drawing right now? That's so funny. Michael Williams said the three big model car makers in the 60s and 70s were Rebel, AMT, and Monogram.
Monogram, yep.
There were others that were much more detailed, but much more expensive. So Rebel now, there's another one, though. Who makes the other one? The ones that you just got that I bought you.
What do you think they're made from?
Rebel?
Revel.
That's what I said.
I think it's Rebel.
No.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Just John Jensen's joining us. Hi from Colorado. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome. Yeah, I had a very different view of stuff like that. Like with car stuff, I never got involved.
Huh.
I don't even remember when I really didn't get my first car. My parents let me use my grandparents' car. That was the Nova. If we can go back to that CB episode we did.
The Supernova.
My 77 Chevy Nova.
That's right.
Door.
Dope. Code name Dope.
In the streets.
Code name Dope.
He never came out and said, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you do this.
Who's he?
My dad.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it's because at that point he was like over it. You know.
Well, I mean, never mind. I won't be mean.
What? Because I wouldn't have listened anyway.
Well, you'd have been asking too many questions instead of listening.
Excuse me. I ask questions so I can learn more.
Oh, is it?
For the moment, and then I will forget everything you've told
Exactly.
me. But I think honestly, the most car stuff I've learned has been from you.
That's not good.
Why?
I don't know everything about cars.
I mean, I've had to do some stuff along the way by myself. I've had to try and figure out, but I generally would then call someone and have them either do it for me or do it with me, so I didn't mess anything up.
Right.
But yeah, it is much easier to bring it somewhere. But if you can't afford to do that, which I could not back in the day, you had to figure it out or get somebody to figure it out for you. Russ Randall said, ity-B, Adam 12 ran from 68 to 75. You couldn't have been very old. That's true. But they did do reruns. I remember seeing it.
Right, it wasn't the originals.
No, I didn't watch the originals.
I didn't watch the originals.
I watched Knight Rider.
Yeah, well,
so
there's a car show.
Yeah. But I didn't watch it for the cars. I mean,
you were watching it for the Hoff?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It was on David. I think I watched it because I did love the car. I was in love with the car, but not because of how cool it was. Just because it talked to him. Like, I thought that was so fun. So I didn't look at it in the same way you looked at it. So yeah, that was probably the only car show that I watched.
Like, that's a pretty cool Trans Am.
Yeah, I didn't even know what make it was. See, if you asked me, I wouldn't have even known. What year was it?
Oh, it was the 80s.
An 80s Trans Am?
Yeah. Oh no, maybe actually later 80s. Sorry, early 80s would have been still the modern version of the like the Smokey and the Bandit car.
Right. See, and I didn't watch Smokey and the Bandit. Clearly, I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah. we know.
But when I did watch the bits and pieces, I was watching it for the story, which I didn't understand either. So I don't know why I watched it. Howard Pierpont said Saturday morning was Modern Farmer, and I learned how to lap valves and rebuild transmissions.
Nice.
See, there were people watching educational stuff. You know what my educational stuff was? The after-school specials. Telling me not to bully other people and not get pregnant. That's basically what I was watching.
Well, it worked at least.
I guess. Jody Loke is joining us.
What's up, Loke?
He says dope. Jason Lefevre says, JJ, what's your favorite movie car of all time? Mike Fritchie asked the same thing.
Favorite movie car. Okay. Favorite movie car.
Because you have a favorite TV car, probably.
I do?
I would assume. TV shows that you watched. But those are going to be different than movies.
Gosh. Favorite movie car. The Mad Max car, definitely.
First one? What was it called?
The Interceptor. Man, that's a great, because there's so many.
American Graffiti, you liked all those cars.
Yeah. Definitely the American Graffiti Coupe School. Of course, the 55 is sick.
I don't know if you can pick just one.
Yeah, it'd be too hard.
What about your favorite car from car shows, TV shows?
TV shows, Hardcastle McCormick, the kit car, the Coyote.
I don't think I've ever seen
the Coyote, that. I think is what it was called. It's a kit car. Definitely Doug, John's 4x4 and Chips. Generally, of course. But I always had this idea. I remember watching Smokey and the Bandit 2, and I'm going, you know what? So by the time I'm old enough to drive, that car is going to be so affordable. And it was. It just wasn't really that cool at the time. Nobody was really driving a big giant. And all the ones around my area were all junk. So, yeah.
I can remember when I was looking for a car, it was 89. And I'm like, I want so badly this 1989 Honda Accord. Like, I loved it.
Well, I think everybody wanted the Back to the Future Toyota pickup was in the thing. You know, that was pretty cool. Marty's Toyota.
Yes.
That was pretty awesome. With the DeLorean, of course. Magnum PI's Ferrari.
Oh, well, there you go. That I do.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. I didn't really want Kit.
No?
I didn't really like that car.
Just for the aspect of the communication.
I could care less.
Well, we communicate with our cars now. Who knew? We'd all be driving Kits, right?
That is kind of crazy, right?
It is. I mean, cars drive themselves now.
Yeah.
You can literally go like this and start your car from your phone. And Kit, bring it around.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy. Hey, there's our Ed Roth inside the Outlaw in his Hawaiian shirt, having fun.
Can you make it a little bit bigger? Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Cool. He looks great. Sword.
Stupid sword. Oh, you know what? I might be able to. Maybe I don't know if I have the photo.
What?
We'll have to find the photo to show that picture that I got it from.
The reference photo?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, go back to us and let me go into my stuff here.
Okay. Julie said Corvette Summer.
Oh, Corvette's okay. Yes. So Corvette Summer, when I saw that movie, I was like, oh my God, I want that car so bad.
Yeah.
Forever.
So possibly a Corvette. Jody said Challenger.
All right, go ahead. Good, and go back to it. Oh. There he is, sitting in the molds themselves.
Oh yeah.
There he is with the sword in hand.
That's funny.
No engine in. The block is installed, and looks like he's got the suspension started, which was a spring suspension, and but there's the body all set and ready to go. He's got the steering wheel in place, and it looks like he's got a set of headlights mounted, not the dual headlights yet. It looks like I don't see the secondary. It might be hiding. But yeah, there he is with his sword in hand.
That's so funny.
So that was our reference to Ed holding that sword and the same little hat. Did you see?
Yeah. Well, that was the next thing because Michael Williams said Big Daddy in a fedora, not his iconic crushed top hat.
Right. I just thought this is why, because this photo, he's not wearing that fedora yet. I mean, again, remember, this is the beginnings of. He's not even Big Daddy Roth yet.
Right.
So this is just Ed Roth, this guy who knows how to airbrush, and he's a very creative guy, is getting ready to launch into the legend that he is, to the point he's still searching identity right now.
You need a fedora. That's what we're missing.
No.
John Devery said the Merc from the Cobra movie.
Yeah, the Merc from the Cobra movie was awesome.
I'm all about the Mercs.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. That was a pretty sick stout Mercury. So yeah, you're right on that.
I don't think I saw that movie either. Shaggy said the Monsters and Dragula. So
yeah, that's like
those
for
are
sure.
Gibbons, right?
Yeah.
Jason says a 1974 XB Ford Falcon Australian car.
Yeah. There's so many good ones.
Mike Fridge said the Fall Guy pickup.
Well, that's so. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the truck I was talking about from Chips turned into the Fall Guy truck.
Say that. Yeah.
I believe that is what happened to it.
Jody said the Vanishing Point Challenger.
That is a sick car, so I'm with you on that.
Jim Pollan said it's looking awesome. Russ Randall said the Mach 5.
Yeah, yeah. I guess if we're gonna go cartoon to real versus real car, I mean, it counts.
Joe Lombardo said awesome. He also said Jack Lord's Mercury in Hawaii 5.0, but I'm Italian, so the 4-door all-black Merc was cool. Julie Anderson said, I think denim wears a fedora. Jules, do we have a story for
you? My goodness. We actually wish you were there.
I've never seen anything like this. We were out to dinner and at a bar on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was good.
Listening to a band with a couple friends of ours, and it's generally this bar for some reason. It is always an older crowd.
That's an older crowd.
We're talking bubble tops.
Bubble tops?
The crinkly bubble shirts that the women wear. Older women wear. I've never seen a young girl wearing these.
Rock a bubble top.
And lots of flowy tops. What was the other? Oh, sparkle tops. Lots of sparkle tops.
Lots of prints.
Animal prints.
Yes, lots of those.
Lots of animal prints.
Lots of looks like it was in a scene from Dallas.
The big hair. There was a lot of big hair.
Big hair and a lot of
jewelry.
Flowy dresses, like where's JR?
Right. It was a crowd. But this one woman.
Oh my goodness.
She did rock the
She was owning it.
She did. but it was almost like a denim overalls sundress type of situation. And I forget what her shoes were, but I mean, it was all denim, blue eye makeup. She definitely wasn't sleeping that night. She looks good. She was having a good time. That's the one thing. All those people were having just a great time.
They were on the prowl.
They were. This is like a over 55 meat market.
It was totally
over 60.
It was totally the meat market.
Mike Furgy said Joe Lombardo right on, but the Merc in a 4-door is sexy as hell. Alex Kuderon's joining us
It was
to
a
say
meat
Dragula
market.
all the way.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Michael Williams said my dream car was the Route 66, 1962 Corvette. First one I fell in love with.
Well, then you could even go to if you okay. Now we're going back. TV show wise, you could go back to I think it's called 62nd Sunset Strip, and that had the cookie car in it.
Oh, you do like that one? You drew that one, didn't you?
Yes, the cookie coupe. Excuse me.
Cookie coupe.
And that, that was a cool car.
Howard Pierpont said Ironside ride. Mike Furchy said watching 2-lane blacktop and hot rod got me into gassers.
Right on.
I did not know what a gasser was.
You just thought it was.
Well, I was like, why is the engine sticking out like that?
Why is it all jacked up weird is the other thing. You were like, why is
the front so high?
Yeah, what is the point of that? That's stupid. I think were your exact words.
Yeah. Russ Randall said, okay.
Meanwhile, the owner was right there. She says, that's stupid.
Who did this? This is dumb.
And then I was like, you don't say that.
Especially not while standing next to.
Yeah.
Russ Randall said, okay, Columbo's Peugeot. I don't even know what that car looks like.
You're not great with French.
Yeah, I'm not. What does that look like? Peugeot?
You've never seen a Peugeot?
I probably have.
You own a Peugeot.
I do?
You have a Peugeot.
Peugeot.
You've never seen your Peugeot?
This is showing me anime.
Babe, you've never looked at your own Peugeot?
P-E-U-G-O-T. Peugeot.
Yeah, it's a nice Peugeot.
It's not even, it's giving me the emblem for it. Okay. Do they still make this car? Oh, Motor Trend says that it's coming to America, so it must be an overseas car now, but they're bringing it in.
That's hilarious. What year are you reading from?
It says coming to America. It was French automaker bumps up launch date could be here as soon as 2022.
You know what's crazy, babe? You know what car's coming to America?
Peugeot. Peugeot?
Yeah.
Is it Peugeot or Puget?
Peugeot.
This was an ad from 2019, and it said it could be here as soon as 2022. So
probably
did it get here then?
A new version of the Peugeot? Because there's been Peugeots in America for a while.
No, the automaker bumps up launch date. So they're coming. They're going to probably have factories here is what it's saying.
Oh.
I'm sure people have had cars brought over.
What are they? Oh, you think? Yeah.
What?
Ferraris just find their way here?
No, people ordered them, probably.
There's no Ferrari dealerships?
Howard wants to know, is it Cougar Town with the Lays?
Yes. It is mighty, mighty Cougar Town.
I liked Cougar. I did watch Cougar Town. Howard Pierpont said 77 Sunset Strip. Joe Lombardo said 77 Sunset
77.
Strip.
Thank you. Sorry. 62. I'm an idiot. Right. Sorry, guys. Thanks for not. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
You heard it here, folks.
Yes, I'm admitting. Self-admitting idiot.
Alex Kuderon said, "Get Smart Sunbeam Tiger." I loved Get Smart. I don't remember the tiger.
The red car?
No, I don't remember it.
You don't remember his red car?
No.
Such a girl.
Didn't really stand out. I remember his shoe phone. Draco said the car from Mannix was a favorite of mine. I don't know what that is either. Is that a show?
Yeah.
Alex Cooteron said the Monkey Mobile. I know of the car. I love the monkeys. I couldn't tell you the year, make, and model of that car. It was red. I know that. Red and white, I think.
Right.
Joe Lombardo said the 66 Caddy in Reservoir Dogs, as well as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Bob McLaren said stopped bringing them here years ago since they sold less than 5,000 cars a year. Why? Were they super expensive or something? I mean, they look like a pretty decent car, at least the newer ones.
I think they were. They might have not been as reliable.
Well, you know what? There's a ton of competition here. We have a lot of American-made cars here, and then you've got all your Suzukis, all your Japanese cars too.
Right.
Are pretty good sellers here in the States. So lots of competition. Joe Lombardo said they suck. Bob McLaren said junk. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like the way you say the name, like they would be this high-end car.
Peugeot?
Yeah, Peugeot. Would you like a Peugeot?
Would you like me to touch a Peugeot?
Caviar. I just feel like it sounds like it was probably better than it was. Howard Pierpont said certification costs. Michael Williams said pronounced Peugeot. Kooky car built by Norm Grabowski.
Mm-hmm.
Mannix Custom was an Olds Tornado. Okay. See, the things you learn. So this one was blue and white and almost like a similar type of line and design paint scheme.
Larry Watson.
Yeah. So the same idea behind doing like shapes almost.
Mm-hmm. That was the painter's kind of his famous thing he would do.
That's cool. Jody said Volkswagen Bugs sold more. Yeah, I could see that. They were smaller cars, the little Bugs, probably easier to work on, I would imagine. And more fun, right?
Right.
Air cooled, right? Were they all?
Was what all?
All the Bugs?
Yeah, babe.
Every single one of them that was ever made is air cooled? Even the new ones?
No.
There you go. There you have it.
That was just you throwing out the word air cooled.
I know.
That's why I was like, here we go.
I know.
So annoying.
If you didn't call me out, somebody out there probably would believe that I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Julie said, off topic, we booked a cruise to Alaska in July. Would be
nice.
more fun with you guys. It would be. That's a little short notice for us, though.
In July?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
You mean July of next year or July of this year? Johnny actually might be doing a couple trips this year, so I'm
already doing trips.
Your Vegas trip.
Oh, you're gonna start throwing that crap in my face. Here we go.
Without me, it's fine.
Here we go.
I'll do a girls' night at home by myself with some wine and cheese. I'll be fine.
Here we go.
Mike Ferrucci said the air-cooled Bug, I believe, was made up until 2009 in Mexico. Probably.
I believe so, yes.
Probably. There were a lot of them. I remember when I lived in Arizona, that was like the predominant car right over the border, was a lot of the Volkswagen.
Yeah, because there were sheep.
Tons of them. Tons of them. Parking was scarce down there, so. And it would be the Volkswagen Bug and like a family of 30 stuffed in the Bug. I don't know how they got all the people in there. It was great. There were people like riding on the back of it and everything, like holding on. People sitting on top in a luggage rack. Like they were just cruising. Let me zoom in on what you're doing here.
Was there a sketch going on?
There is a sketch going on,
Huh.
and it's shaping up pretty good. Likes and loves, guys, if you're digging this one. I like the expression on his face, too. So you're still going to have to put in that blue glass.
Yep.
Howard said, 1967 Volkswagen Bug, $1,925. $1 a pound is what my dad paid.
Oh, wow.
Nuts. And they're like solid metal. Oh, cool. You've really gotten very good at doing the facial drawings. That looks really good. You've come quite a long way with the faces.
Trying.
Very realistic, cartoony. $20, guys, is all this one's going to cost. As with all the rest of our sketchy designs on the website, head over to johnnyjalopy.com when we're done here and take a look, because cool stuff. We did have a meeting with Hank, our web designer, Hank Dutton, hankd.com.
Hankd.com.
And we had a Zoom meeting this past week, Zoom. And we have some really great ideas. He's just so full of good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is unstoppable. But we're going to be implementing some stuff. We're working on some stuff now, some changes to the website. So keep an eye out. We'll probably send some reminders over Facebook. And of course, all the stuff that's on the website is still going to be available. Don't forget, we have that new full color t-shirt available. So go check that one out. We have 25 designs, I think you said. Now.
Yeah.
25 t-shirt designs.
Quite a few.
We've got Father's Day coming up in the next month. We've got summertime. You're going to need a ball cap. We've got the Johnny Jalopy
car shows are
hats.
coming up. It's time to get your gear.
Yeah. Of course, I'm still rocking a beanie in 80-degree weather.
That's right. Weather.
It's how
in
I
the
do.
weather. She's rocking the beanie in the weather.
Michael Williams said Peugeot made top-notch rally cars.
Yes.
Kicked ass. Road racing bicycles and watches. Watches? Really? Huh. Joe Lombardo said, Johnny, you met Little Daddy Roth. Has he taken over any bills, or does he just do body work?
From what I know of Little Daddy Roth, he's really keeping the metal flake thing going, and that's what he does.
So it's more about the colors and paints?
Yeah. But he has builds and things he does and working on and stuff like that. Super nice guy.
What an honor it must have been for you to meet him.
It was crazy. Being
such a huge fan of his dad and never having that opportunity.
Well, and then for the guy to look at, my design and go that his dad would have been like, this is cool.
Mm-hmm. And then, because you used, didn't he help with the paint on Johnny 5? Was it Johnny 5? Or was it
Space Junkie 2?
Oh, Space Junkie 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Shaggy said, and he's building a couple different cars right now with his brother. Okay, so he is.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's got stuff going on. Really, like I said, really nice guy.
I'm just happy he's keeping the name alive.
That we got to be. Oh well,
and
he is, of course, and so is Ed's wife.
Right.
She's at car shows selling,
Eileen?
and t-shirts and things like that, and.
Yeah, we've ordered from her.
Yeah, we sure have. I ordered a bunch from them. Yeah. And then, of course, they still go to the shows, and they have the ratfink reunion that she puts on and all that stuff. So Ed's legacy is still living on through his kids and his family, and then just, of course, fans and, guys like us.
Keeping it alive.
Yeah. What do we think of this?
I think people are digging it. You've got some likes and loves on here, guys. So if you are liking it, please, likes and loves. Facebook likes to see the likes and loves. We also like to see the likes and loves. So feel free to hit the button. And share. Feel free to share.
Yeah.
Doc is joining us. Looks okay and great. Oh, maybe it was supposed to be FK. I don't know.
Effing great.
I don't know. Maybe.
Hopefully that's what he meant. Not
Jason,
just okay, great.
Jason Lefevre said, "I grew up on Ed Roth. You're up there, JJ, with the best for sure." Aw.
Oh, I don't know about that.
John DeVries says, "Kick ass." Yeah, it does look cool.
This whole shirt came out cool.
That is cool.
Oh, so
Gavin
good.
Little's joining us. What an awesome drawing to add to the collection.
What's up,
I
Gavin?
think so. This one looks really good. Oh, Doc said, "Looking great." It was darn autocorrect.
It happens.
Yeah, so super cool stuff going on over here at Johnny Jalopy. We, again, as always, appreciate all of you. The orders that are still coming in. I know you guys are grabbing some merch, and we really appreciate it. Please, 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 if you can, post yourself wearing the gear. We would love to include you in the Jalopy Army album that Johnny has on his page. We're going to be updating YouTube. Johnny posts on Instagram. We're posting on our Facebook business page as well. We have 2 pages. You're watching this live from Johnny's personal page, but we also have a business page too.
Okay,
that you can share with others.
There's that. Let's clean some of this.
Shaggy said, I sent little daddy a picture of it just now. See if he gets on. Oh.
That would be cool.
Lizzie said, sorry if I'm not talking tonight, but I'm still here. Lizzie, we appreciate you. You are a ride or die.
That's right.
You've been around since the beginning. We're so appreciative of your watching every Monday, being a part of it with
Everybody's,
us.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, all of you. We love the new people. We've seen a lot of new faces over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been cool.
Sure.
Just clean some of this blue.
Let me zoom in on this for you so you can see it live. A little bit bigger. Oh, that's great. Are you going to do a background of any kind?
I'm not sure yet. I got to get layer of chrome in. This is the...
Oh, this is the chrome. So this is the chrome we're talking about that we read about in the little article. Where'd you get this?
It's from a website called Custom Rama. And it basically, they do write-ups on all the custom cars, like full on, like that kind of stuff, where it's very detailed. So you can find, yeah, and cool, like archived photos, and it's all like archiving all these really great customs.
Cool.
So it's a really great website. I really enjoy going on there and learning about stuff all the time.
That's neat. And what's cool is they, in the article, it looks like these are all hyperlinks to all the other things. So the people, this is a hyperlink to fiberglass in case you were wondering what that was.
Yeah.
No hyperlink for the malgahide, or what was it?
Nagahide?
Malgahide.
I keep trying to...
Why do I keep bringing formaldehyde into it?
I don't know.
Jody said, looks awesome, Jalop. It does. I really like the color scheme. And I'm sure I've seen this car before because, I mean, you have so much stuff laying around that I would have looked at or looked through. But with the Beatnik Bandits sitting right here, it's so cool about the whole paint thing. Like you said, it was the same guy who did the paint scheme.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how similar it looks.
And knowing that this came before it, and now knowing the history of how it left, and then the very next vehicle was that thing.
Well, because this...
And you can see, look at even the grill. If you look at the front of this, look at the shaping of the front of the Outlaw. It's this very similar.
Yep.
The way the fenders come up. He was learning how those arches would work. You know, it was just, there's a lot of cool things, even in the way the body flows and different stuff. So love that car.
What it reminds me of, because I can remember asking you this question when you and Ian did the Johnny 5 and came up with that blue and white color scheme, and then you used it again on the 3FE.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you use the same color scheme? But now I'm seeing why. it's kind of significant
It
of that.
Yes.
Of you working together.
Yes, it's become, that's kind of our signature color combos.
Right.
What's funny is that I don't know how much Ian likes blue, but
he may hate blue.
He paints a ton of stuff blue.
Does he?
And that's one of my favorite colors too, is blue.
Well, it looks cool.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So I'm guessing he was pretty big on the whole Hawaiian shirt thing then?
I don't know.
You just thought, hey, why not?
I just think it looked like in that picture, that photo that we showed.
Mm-hmm.
Again, let's go back to that photo, if I still have it up. Yeah. He's wearing some sort of a Panama Jack type. Maybe it had different type of graphics on it. I can't really tell. But it seems like it's a Hawaiian-y looking shirt. It might be, it's a button-down shirt.
Hard to tell.
Yeah. But with the hat, I just went, that's, I could just see him. He's probably got a pair of jeans on, and I could see him with a pair of flip-flops or something. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Again, this is all this is Ed Roth, pre Big Daddy. This is still just,
he's just still just Ed Roth.
Ed Roth, yeah.
Nuts. That's so cool. Jason Lefebvre said, "Loved the Johnny 5 and Space Junkie. Awesome cars."
Thanks, man.
Yeah, they really did come out cool. Great combo. Ian and Johnny working together for sure. Shaggy LeBlanc said, "This is my favorite part. Here comes the chrome." Yes. This is when Johnny's design goes from a sixth grader to an adult male trying to make a living off of art. No, that's cool. But I mean, like we read, there's supposedly a ton of chrome on this car. So, Jody said, "Yeah, that beautiful blue bug Ian sold was one I would have kept."
Yeah, he's sold quite a few beautiful cars. And
I'm sure there's a bunch he wish he didn't have to get rid of.
Yeah. But as it, like Ed Roth, you move on to the next.
That's right.
There's
car. Always going to be another project.
The car funds another project.
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, Ian's got quite a bit on the lot, so quite a few projects to choose from.
Well, the demand for projects is high, so. Yeah.
Well, and I would imagine the more and more people see what he can do, the more and more people are contacting him. Hey, can you build me this?
He doesn't. He has almost no time to do any of that stuff. Sure, it's all the show.
I know. Oh, I love the purple and pink that you're putting in it. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see some of this fine detail and what he's doing here. This is your chrome has come a long way because it didn't start off this way. It started off with a lot of blues and sunset colors,
right?
Oranges and tans, and you then started going into, and that was more, I think, a warm palette. Now you're starting to do more of a cool palette. The last few years I've seen you bring in the purples, but I really like it, and especially for this color car, I think it sets it off really nice.
Ah.
Now, is the, I didn't see the Naga hide represented here.
Right in there.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Why was I thinking it was going to be tan?
I don't know.
Naga hide isn't tan? Maybe it's not a standard color. Maybe you can get it whatever color.
It's like leather. You can have it colored.
Oh, I guess that's true. Leather can be in. Got the little horn on it. Is that a little rear view mirror?
Yep.
And is the flip down front windshield?
Flip down the front windshield.
Is it a flip down?
No.
Oh.
The windows
being held
open.
Up. Super cool. Yeah, I think you're probably going to have to do some kind of color in the background too, just to spice it up a bit.
We will get there.
Yep. All the shiny, shimmery parts. That's one of my favorite things that you do. Where the light hits it. Only your eye can see that. I could never in a million years know where.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't know where to put the sparkles and stuff. If you handed me that and said, go ahead and chrome it, I would have no clue where to even start. I mean, I get the idea of light coming into it and hitting it at a certain angle, but I wouldn't know where to do the shine. Just years and years of you doing it, I guess. Years and years of you looking at it and studying how to do it. 17 by 11 or 11 by 17, depending on
whichever you like.
Say it. Will be the size of this print and all the prints that are on our website, which I think, when we were first doing this, we had discussed doing an 8x10 size.
Yep. And I said I wanted it bigger for more value.
Poster. Well, you wanted to provide people more of a poster size without going like 18 by 36, which would just be a huge poster size. So.
But I also wanted it to be where, you were getting a value.
Yeah. It is a value. And like I said, these prints on Monday nights are $20. We have standard prints available from years past on the website for $25. But on the last almost 5 years, about 4.5 years of sketchies on Monday nights that we have done, these sketchy designs have all been $20. So you can look back through the catalog and see what you'd like. Johnny's done quite a few well-known cards. You've done a lot from TV shows, movies, so those are all up on the website.
Yeah, we definitely have some movie cars.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, we had that meeting with Hank this past week, and we're trying to come up with a way. Well, I think we've already come up with the way. It's just a matter of executing it at this point, of getting some of Johnny's originals up on the website for you. So keep an eye out for those and for some notifications. We've had quite a few people sign up for the newsletter, and that's probably going to be a pivotal move. So if you want to be included in on Johnny Jalopy happenings, if you're interested in any of Johnny's original art, you're definitely going to want to sign up for the newsletter just to make sure you stay informed. That is on our site on the very bottom. We probably are going to start a Patreon soon. Yes, we talked about that as well.
So, if you'd like to support the show, there's your opportunity. And we're going to do some cool stuff for those people that do that.
Right. Logistics, we got a lot of things to still figure out, but those are some of the things that we have in the works.
All right, what should we do in the background?
Some type of color, maybe.
Oh, wait. We forgot all about the exhaust.
Oh. What are you doing, flames?
Yeah, we got to lay some flames in here.
Shaggy said, I've been doing it a long time. He makes it look so simple, like when he's doing it. Right. I know. He does. Jody said, I print 11 by 17 every day. CAD engineer. There you go. Well, these are probably more interesting than what you're printing out.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Doc said, looking forward to the original art. Yeah, we've had a lot of people ask about it. And every single time we've ever either auctioned off original stuff or if you've printed original stuff, we've sold it because it's just...
Well, every time we've done anything original, it's gone to charity.
Well, no, not always.
Most of the time.
Back in the day, before we...
Oh, that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, before we had the website, you were posting a lot of original things.
Yes.
We don't do that so much anymore.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
But all of those used to sell pretty quick. So, yeah, we've got a ton. I mean, we have probably weeks and weeks to go through. Jody said about the same. Shaggy said, perfect. I love the flame. Yeah, that's cool. Let me zoom back in. I panned out so you could see us, but I don't want to zoom in so you can see the way the detail is. Just the way you make it blend. Super cool.
Yeah, we got that. And then we do this.
In some of the reflection. There you go. Chrome reflection. That looks cool. Jody said it makes that beautiful white wall pop. Yeah, it does. What would be a good accent color for the back? Maybe a purple?
Like behind him?
Yeah, but what year was this again? 60, 59, 56? Skimming through my notes. So it was late 50s. So, okay. So you're not doing the color.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was thinking like doing some kind of retro symbol or something behind them because it's from that era.
Be a little more vague.
Well, maybe like a, let's see.
Yeah.
Let me get you a
retro
reference.
Symbol. Yeah, retro symbols. All about those retro symbols. I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah, something like a red box or.
Yeah, retro symbols. Really throwing it out there, babe. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Still not seeing what you're talking about.
These are not the retro symbol. Okay, so something like that behind it. Can you do something like that behind it in purple? That would be kind of cool. Or like even one of these little stars.
Okay, maybe we'll try that. Okay.
Look, and it doesn't even have to be perfect. The stars kind of
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do here because these are kind of cool.
Leave it up.
That one would be super easy to do.
That's one thing.
So we've got some cool little retro star symbol designs to kind of put it.
You're so funny.
Era specific.
Do some retro symbols.
You may not be able to see it when he's drawing it here, but you'll be able to see the final product.
You know, the old retro symbols.
You know, the old retro.
I use words because they just come to me.
I probably wouldn't have chosen that one to do, but
You can't do just one thing.
It's true. That's true.
Is that true?
It is.
There we go again. The queen of critique.
I'm just a bystander.
Oh, no. You're more than a bystander. You voice your opinion all the time. Quickly to shoot down.
Shooting anything.
Always shooting down.
Just offering an opinion.
Always shooting down.
Which is always
wrong. Shooting down.
What you can't see is the color within these, but it will be on the original.
Your phone sucks.
What are you doing?
I just hate your phone.
You just don't know how to use it.
There's so much makeup on it, you can't work it.
That's not true at all.
It is true.
So we got some funky stuff going on. It might be too much. I was thinking of just a plain retro symbol.
Hey, Beth.
That's when you know he's mad, when he calls me by my first name.
Because you're now annoying. You asked for something and now you're like, oh, I don't like it.
Well, it's too, a bit much.
It's too much. It's too much.
Naz Malone is joining in. Naz, you are right on time. Johnny's just putting some finishing touches on this cool Outlaw drawing.
Got to put some finishing touches on someone's face.
How are things down under? I love it that we have people from all over the world tuning in.
Yeah, me too.
It's so neat. I mean, think about it. Years ago, we couldn't. I had to write a letter if I wanted to send something to a pen pal. And now we have access to all these people.
You know how to write stuff?
I do.
You're cool.
I am. I don't know. Does look kind of cool. Very Jetsons-like. Meet George Jetson. That's what it reminds me of. Jetsons was kind of they were supposed to be futuristic, but I feel like it was somewhat retro.
I love the words you use that you have no idea.
Retro. I know what retro means.
Do you? What does retro mean?
Back in the day.
So George Jetson was retro?
No. They were supposed to be futuristic, but I feel like whoever designed it...
I wonder why that is. It's because it was in the 60s and 70s.
Right. So
they
if
were
trying to do future stuff, why didn't they break free from the retro era and do futuristic stuff?
What was retro about the Jetsons?
Look at her outfit. Jane. Mm-hmm. Purples. Her little dress.
Color choices?
That same dress was worn by people on Lawrence Welk. Same dress.
What were you watching?
I never watched Lawrence Welk.
Exactly.
But I did hear he had a show. Julie said pen pals require letters, hence the pen. That's true.
Pal.
It's true. Naz Malone said all good here, just the usual here in Queensland. Heat, humidity, rain, and flooding. Oh. Yeah, we're getting into that season ourselves. Our hurricane season here in Florida has already started.
Hurricane
season.
All right.
Yeah. Looking good, looking good. Let me zoom into the full screen so Johnny can zoom out and show you what we're doing here.
Well, something's happened.
I need to make it a little bit bigger.
I'm resetting the computer there, genius. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've got some sword chrome accent going on. Blade accent, I should say. Draco said he loves the retro symbols. Naz Malone says retro looks better than clinical, stale, and boring.
All right. There we go.
All right.
There you go, guys. There's the Ed Roth.
And again, the
Outlaw.
colors are not fully represented.
No, so they're a little washed because again, our lighting is overhead. So
tonight.
Yeah, let me try see if I lower the screen down a little bit. That helps.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Maybe you just get the
glare.
A little bit. A little bit of a glare, guys. Sorry, but it really does look super cool. Spud is just joining us. Hey guys, just got home, saving the best for last. LOL. Just in time to say see you next week, guys.
That is okay.
This one is super cool. Really dig it.
17 by 11, available for $20. And of course, head to the website johnnyjalopy.com where you can get hats, stickers, shirts, cool stuff like ity-B is wearing there.
I have
the Godspeed Surf shirt, of course, beanies we carry. limited amounts of the Stay Sketchy bands are
We
left.
gotta get more bands.
Those are coming. I'm actually looked at some possibly some a keychain thing that looks pretty cool. That's affordable. What else?
We have stickers that we're getting ready to.
Yeah, so website, and again, the plans is to get a little more organized and get more content on the website, get more availability to YouTube, and rumors of other possible stuff going on. So, with that being said, thanks for hanging out with us on another Monday night. Sorry we went old school here, and yeah. Anything else you want to add to that?
Nope.
And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with Ian and Jamie, with the dude. So tribute to the dude. Love him, miss him, and you guys stay sketchy. Taking it down on a down note. We'll see you guys next Monday.
Week,
Have a super week. We'll see you.